Um, Thankfully, no more England games, and we're back to the Premier League this weekend, and it all kicking off. Early kickoff, a tough one there. Tottenham, West Ham, both with a few decent results, up
Good
and
game.
down. Hopefully, should be a good game. But who do you think will take it?
I think Spurs will batter them.
Yeah,
Do you?
Yeah,
West Ham were decent again. Who did they play last time out? They were Ipswich, wasn't it? Stuffed them.
yeah,
4-1, was it?
but it was
they've had a few
Ipswich.
moody results, but I think Spurs will be so fired up after they bottled against Brighton. I just think I reckon Spurs.
That was class.
Like when I've watched Spurs, annoyingly they do look good. They just can't finish their dinner,
But
and
it's always the same with Spurs, though. They've always, looked half decent, played well, and they are just so Spurs, aren't they? As
yeah,
Ange says, that's just who we are, mate. That's it's
yeah,
what they do.
it's brilliant. But no,
But yeah,
annoyingly. I mean, to be fair though, the early kickoff on a Saturday does throw up some weird results, doesn't it?
Yeah.
yeah,
And
it does.
They
I
are.
would love West
They
Ham
are. They
to get
are
a result.
accumulator busters. Those early
Yeah.
kickoffs.
Yeah, I would love West Ham to get a result, but I just can't see it
And up
happening.
until this game, West Ham have looked pretty. But against us, they were just torn apart all the time. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Spurs
Yeah,
just turned
you
them
boys
over.
were opening them up like massive gaps, playing really simple balls straight through the middle and getting in
Yeah,
behind. That's what I mean. Spurs move it quite quickly, and I think they might pump them. To be honest, I mean, like I hope I'm wrong because I'd love West Ham to get a really muggy result,
yeah,
like a proper shithouse 1-0, but can't see it.
yeah. I'll
And
probably agree with Pierce there.
I'll probably kick off, then move on to the 3 p.m. kickoffs. And the only one there to really look out for is Man U Brentford. And surely, if Brentford win there, Ten Hag's got to
He's
go.
gone. Isn't
That's
he? If they lose
He's
that, he's
got
yeah,
gone.
to.
And he was there when they beat him 4-0, wasn't he? That was one of his like that was in his first season, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's got draw written all over it with Ten Hag
Okay.
just to keep him going in that role just a little
Yeah,
bit longer.
But, but
Yeah,
do you think a draw would still be enough to keep his job
I think so. Yeah, I think
just
they've
about.
bet their horse.
against Brentford
Yeah,
at home?
I know, but they should have got rid of him last year. They drew against Brentford last year, didn't they? It required like they didn't Mount score right at the end, and then Brentford went up the other end and equalised. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
brilliant.
Uh,
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I think it would be enough to keep him in the job. They just don't seem to want to get rid of him for some reason. Uh, we'll
Yeah,
see.
and then
hope he stays. I hope they nick a result and that he stays. But yeah, I can see a draw. I've never
Yeah.
agreed with you so much on a podcast. To be honest.
it's only because Cully's not here, right? That's
Yeah,
it. And then
Yeah, true.
Bournemouth Arsenal evening kickoff should be an easy Arsenal win. Should be.
should be. We pumped them
Um,
last season.
Bournemouth aren't bad though.
Bournemouth aren't bad. They press really aggressively, and I think that's where they'll come unstuck. I don't really know. I mean,
Yeah.
Arteta's very cagey about injuries, so I don't really like. He's a bit
He's
like,
worse than Guardiola.
yeah, he's a bit muggy about. I mean, I don't mind it because I suppose it's about keeping the opponent guessing. Like you don't know. Like it was kind of hinting that Odegaard might be fit for Liverpool next week, which I mean, if he is great, but I don't reckon he
That's a
will.
huge game. Yeah.
I think he's just sort of saying that so he said Klopp so that Slot is thinking, oh shit, Odegaard,
Yeah.
right, we need to, but I don't think he will be fit. But yeah,
I
Saka,
always think Bournemouth away
Havertz,
is a bit of a. Yeah, I think Bournemouth away is always a bit of a. Well, it has been for Chelsea, a bit of a banana skin game. Like they can just so against us, especially they seem to. They're just hard. They're not always easy to beat. If they sometimes they roll over, especially when they come away. I feel like they roll over sometimes, but at home, I think they're normally a little bit more solid, and they're not. It's not the easiest place to go. I don't think.
we beat them 4-0 last season. I think it was
Did you? Yeah.
Havertz when we gave Havertz the penalty to get
Oh yeah,
off the
get him
mark.
off the mark.
Um,
Charity FC.
yeah, uh, but I mean, I expect us to. We need to win it. We need like these are the sort of games we can't drop points. Um,
but you win it, you're top of the table, right? For Saturday, at least, anyway.
just when does City play?
It's
Sunday.
Sunday.
So yeah, if we win, we'll go top temporarily.
Yeah, which
We
is
got to win it. We got to win it. I don't care if it's a
It's the sort of game you have to win. Yeah.
feel fucking ugly 1-0, 2-1, but we
Well,
just
that's
got.
what
I
we
think we
beat
will.
them 1-0. We played terrible. They probably should have got a result against us, and we scored like at 86th, 87th minute or something. But it wasn't a easy game. They were good. I mean, they lost to Leicester, didn't they? Which is a poor result. So, I mean, coming off the back of that, they've got to be pretty motivated. But I think Arsenal should have enough to.
Yeah.
You should have enough to get it.
But then again, look, if Saka's out, if fucking Timber's out, if Havertz,
I thought, yeah,
we've
they're
got
not
to
going to
start
be
Sterling, Jesus, then all of a sudden you think, fuck, maybe. But yeah,
Sterling's class though, isn't he? So Jesus.
yeah, but Saka's just win your games, won't he? Do you know what I mean? So does Havertz. They'll win us games.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we all beg to differ there. But and then Sunday we've got Wolves City. City should be spanking them, but like I said, over the last few games, they've conceded first and had to come back, right?
And Wolves have beat City a few times over the years, but in fairly recent history, I can remember them getting.
Wolves' confidence has got to be rock bottom. Though they have had, they've had such a bad run of fixtures. Like I reckon they're probably seeing this City fixture almost as the last one of them, and then finally we get hopefully a run of decent games. I think feel a bit rough.
Maybe if it's a free hit, they might,
Yeah, maybe.
But they won't. I do this every week with City. I'm like, maybe they might drop points. They won't. City will beat them. City will go 1-0 down, and then they'll win 4. I'm going to put that bet on, in fact, because I've said it now. That's going to happen.
Yeah, no, I think City should do them. I hope so. Thing is, I don't want City to just run away with it again, but I know that Arsenal look good, so I find myself just willing City to win every single game, and it's been like that for the last 5 years. It was Liverpool. I never wanted them to win the league, so I wanted City to win. I'm basically like a Chelsea/City fan. It's just painful.
Most people were, though, when it's not your team, because City winning it is just like
nobody cares. Yeah,
it's a void. It's like a void, right? Yeah.
You don't have to. You work with Liverpool fans and Chelsea fans, United fans, Arsenal fans. I don't know any City fans. It's like no one won the league. It's like none of them.
Yeah. At least when Liverpool won it was the COVID Cup, wasn't it? It always have that asterisk next to it, so it doesn't really count. But if somebody wins it this year,
we never got that celebration.
Well, yeah, a bunch of Scousers tried to, didn't they? They all rocked up outside the ground.
But I'm going to the Merseyside actually.
But then
where?
Merseyside Derby in there.
Oh, yeah, decent.
But George, and you said Man City winning it, but Arsenal competing. But right now, top of the league, Liverpool, and they've got a tough game at Anfield.
They've got a tough run coming up.
Starting off with your boys, Chelsea.
Yeah, well, it's a big. It's a really big test for us because this is,
it's a big test for Liverpool as well, right?
Yeah, it is. It's a big test. I mean, we had City the first day of the season. You can't really base it off that. The new manager just been in. He's still getting his ideas in place. But we've looked good. This is our first big test since we've started playing good football. How are we going to go to one of the big teams and play away? Are we still going to try and keep the ball, play how we have been playing? I hope we do, because I don't want us to go into our shell. Like last year, we got spanked by you, like 4-1 away, which is a tough fixture. So I just want to see a good performance, keep ourselves in the game. I'd take a draw. I think it could be a good game.
You've got Palmer on fire, Jackson.
He wasn't fit for the last game, right?
Yeah, Liverpool, and I know we haven't spoken much about Liverpool, but they're up there. They're playing well, grinding out the results, but also 3 of the star men are on the final years of the contract. Mo Salah, right? Could he go? Trent, and I know you guys.
I think Mo Salah will go.
You think he'll go as well?
I think that I'm surprised he stayed this season, to be honest.
And Van Dijk as well.
I think there's a possibility all 3 of them actually end up going. I mean, the way Slot's talking about it doesn't sound that positive. There's strong rumours Trent's off the Real. Salah's kind of alluded to the fact it's his last season. And if those two are going, is Van Dijk going to want to stay? I mean,
I think Salah's
it's
come out and said, didn't he? Like, this is my
yeah,
last season.
yeah. So it's just that's losing those three for Liverpool would be disastrous because they're like your core, right?
Yeah, definitely. But this is why it's even more, I guess, of a push and a final push to win the league again and
He
to
said that in the Cup
prove to
last
both.
year.
Yeah,
League Cup.
Yeah, and faded towards the end, and 100%. But it's also from the season before, right? Pretty much being in every single game, all of the finals and tiring out. But yeah,
I don't think we'll be up there. I really don't. I think you've had a favourable start in terms of fixtures. I can't see it personally. They've not.
And like I said, yes.
But I think if you look at
the next couple of weeks are the true test, right? Chelsea.
Yeah, you'll know where you're really at
and
because you play Chelsea, Arsenal next weekend.
Yeah.
This is grim.
I think everyone knows Liverpool lack a six. I mean, Gravenberch has been playing well there, but I think that's where in these bigger games, perhaps that's where you might struggle. You don't have that Rodri Rice sort of thing. I know Rice is a bit more than a six, but Rodri Partey Rice, that sort of thing. You don't have that. A Caicedo. You play with Gravenberch there, which has been working so far against the smaller teams. How's that going to translate into the bigger games? And I guess we will see this stretch. I probably agree with Pierce. I don't think you'll be up there. But the one thing that you do have, which I think Arsenal do to a degree with Saka, but like City do maybe. I'm not convinced about City's wingers yet. You've got pace and like your wingers are so dynamic. They create chances, they score goals. Like the amount of chances Salah gets every single game is mental, and he still does. And Diaz as well. He's exactly the same.
Yeah,
Diaz is exactly the same. And you are always going to be dangerous, especially on the counter attack. I know you're playing with a bit more control now, but you with those players are like Liverpool will always be dangerous. So I can see if you can fix that six problem or manage to make shift around it. I can see you doing well, but I probably agree with Pierce that you might fade out a little bit towards the end of the season, or I don't know, through the middle of the season.
So, what do you think about the result this weekend, then?
I think a draw, which I think I want a draw, so that's what I'm going to say, a draw.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love a Chelsea win, but
I wouldn't mind a Chelsea win. I wouldn't mind it. That's my second favoured result, but draw.
I think it'll be a good game.
Only time will tell. Thank you very much, guys.
Up the Chelsea.